You're probably doing research where to do your ayahuasca ceremony. First of all, I can say it's very important that you feel safe. Doing ayahuasca is a lot about opening up, surrender to the medicine, let the plant and all the spirits do its work. So the basic foundation is that you feel safe wherever you go. I would like to share something about my experience and how we do our ceremonies, and what you can kind of expect, even though it's difficult to have expectations. What is important from my perspective, because I've done different settings of ceremonies. I have a lot of experience with Santo Daime, with the therapeutic ceremonies, and then I started to go to the shamanic settings, which is now my favorite because I've been learning so much there, and especially about how to protect the participants, and that's a very important thing. The main thing that I've learned, and that's a big breakthrough for me as a guidance, is to drink a little bit of ayahuasca with the participants. And I will not get a big process like you get as a participant, but for me it's about being in tune with the field of energy and to do the work what has to be done in the moment. So what I do is I take care of protection, I hold space, and I can also help, and not just me but my whole team. We help you in your process. So sometimes we get information about our participants, maybe about you, and we feel energetically what we have to do. As if we see patterns, for example, and we see, hey, there's something wrong in the pattern and something needs to be healed, and we are doing our work to also help you in your healing process. And the plant is just guiding us. Or we feel like, hey, the energy needs to be a bit higher, a bit stronger, so we choose the music that is right in the moment. Or we have a theme in the group, so we use also the right words. Shortly to say, the plant is also guiding us to be the best guidance as possible. Other things that we use, for example, is Palo Santo or Sali to clean up the space, or to clean the aura field. So before we start the ceremonies, we clean our aura fields to be as clean as possible in the ceremonies for ourselves and the participants and the space where we do the ceremonies. Of course, we let you do a diet, so you can clean your body as much as possible. And we also use flower water, agua de Florida, for protection and closing afterwards. So these are some elements that come up to me right now that we use in the ceremony. And how we build a ceremony, there is some kind of structure, even though sometimes in the moment you're all the time playing as a guidance, there is a structure. So we do an opening and we have the intentions to have the right guidance in the ceremony. We connect with the spirit of the plant, we show our gratitude, and this is how we start to open up. Then every participant can also have their own personal intention for the ceremony, so we also make space for that. We light up the candles, we use also flowers in the ceremonies. This all has to do with protection and intention. And after the ceremony, like around 6 hours, we also close the ceremony to make sure to the energy field, to the spirits who are helping in the ceremony, to the spirit of the ayahuasca, that we are grateful, we thank the spirits, and that we are closing and make ourselves ready for some foods. And what I also love in our ceremonies is that we always give also space before we close to do a prayer or to have another intention, to speak if you want. So it's a lot about also do what you feel and express your heart. Then when we close the ceremonies, we have time to eat something, to have a chat with each other. I always love these moments because yeah, it's nice to hear also other stories, and there's a beautiful energy always after the ceremonies, a unity between the people. So I love that. And then it's time to sleep. And after you have been sleeping, the next morning we make space to do an integration, a sharing, because you have the ceremonies first, but it's about what happens afterwards. So it helps to speak and to share, so you also hear other experiences and because of your own speaking some things like, hey, now I remember this, now I remember that, so dots starts to connect, and that's a very valuable part of the ceremony. So the sharing is important. This is shortly how we do the ceremonies. So feel welcome to join one of our ceremonies, and I would like to meet you there.